steps to run for Tippecanoe County Sheriff. And both potential Republican candidates have quite the background of experience. News 18's Brittany Tyner reports it's the first step to making a campaign possible. Brittany, what's the paperwork that has been filed so far?
Dan, that paperwork that has been filed is the initial paperwork that allows potential candidates to start raising and spending money for the campaign. Today, Barry Richard filed that paperwork. He follows Dave Heath, who filed in May. It's just the beginning of the long road that's ahead to the 2014 election.
Dave Heath for sheriff, Barry Richard for sheriff. That's the paperwork that has been filed by 2 Republicans with the Tippecanoe County Election Board to organize committees to run for sheriff in 2014.
You really have to file some paperwork where you can't use the term Dave Heath for sheriff or whatever office it may be, and you can't raise money, you can't put out any kind of information. So that's basically the reason. It's an exploratory committee.
Former sheriff and mayor of Lafayette, Dave Heath, filed his paperwork back in May. He says he has quite a bit of experience.
I spent 21 years on the sheriff's department, 8 of those years as sheriff, and then was mayor of Lafayette for 8 years.
Co-director for the election board, Jared Bond, says another potential candidate, Barry Richard, filed his paperwork Monday.
This paperwork does not put the candidates on the ballot in 2014. This is just kind of a preliminary paperwork that allows them to raise and spend money, usually buying yard signs or material to pass out.
Bond says the potential candidates will have from January to February of next year to file the paperwork to get their names on the ballot. Current Sheriff Tracy Brown has served 2 terms.
The Indiana Code only allows him to run for 2 terms right now, and so he will be finishing his 2nd term as sheriff in 2014. Now, he could run again after sitting out for 4 years. He could run for another 8 years.
News 18 reached out to Barry Richard Monday afternoon. The board of directors of Lynn Treese Boys and Girls Club, where he is currently the executive director, will meet in a special meeting Tuesday. President Stephanie Kanoth says the board will decide if they would allow Richard to remain as executive director if he campaigns for sheriff. Richard tells News 18 he will sit for an interview after that meeting.
Barry Richard was an officer for the Lafayette Police Department. For years, he was the DARE officer. Brittany Tyner, News 18.